Now on Nightside, some breaking news from the Portland airport. An Alaska Airlines flight forced to make an emergency landing just minutes after takeoff after a window section flew off the plane.
I'm tracking several rounds of snow in the first alert forecast, and the weather gets even more wintry in the 7-day outlook.
And Spokane's fire chief abruptly going into retirement after nearly 2 decades of service in Spokane. A look back at Brian Schaefer's career. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. We start with some breaking news. A terrifying moment over the skies of Portland just hours ago. An Alaska Airlines flight headed from Portland to Ontario, California, was forced to make an emergency landing because a window section of a plane appeared to become detached and flew off the plane just minutes into the flight. 177 people on board that flight safely landing back at Portland International Airport. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice. Alaska Flight 1282 took off just after 5 o'clock this evening. The 737-9 MAX suffered depressurization about 7 minutes into the flight. No one was seated in the emergency exit seat where the window was, and there have been no reported injuries. The aircraft was in the air for just 20 minutes tonight. You can see on your screen here that the flight tracker of this plane reaching a peak altitude of 16,000 feet before turning back to the airport. That 737-9 MAX is a very new plane. According to Flight Radar, it was just delivered to Alaska in October, along with 43 other MAX jets Alaska acquired towards the end of 2023. This jet entered commercial service on November 11th. This was only its 145th flight and its 3rd flight of the day. The FAA is investigating this incident. Pretty scary, though.
It is.
All right, the winter weather many have been craving is finally on the way to the area. We're expecting a pretty healthy amount of snow as we head into the weekend.
Yes, we are going to get just a taste of the winter weather to come as we get into Saturday, and there is a lot more in the 7-day forecast, especially late next week. But right now we're starting to see some precipitation showing up on our radar. Hard to find any reports where it's actually reaching the ground yet, and you can see a lot of green, not just white. That is because temperatures around the region are still well above freezing. It's 36 in Spokane, 37 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We're in the mid-30s in the Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint area. Because things are a little bit warmer, the snowfall totals have been adjusted down just a hair, 1 to 2 inches in Spokane through Sunday morning, 2 to 3 in Coeur d'Alene. Still looking at a healthy dose of snow up around Sandpoint. Many locations through the Columbia Basin and the Waterville Plateau will not even have measurable snow. We do still have a winter weather advisory through Sunday morning. Sunday through Monday morning will be a little bit of a lull in our weather pattern before things get really exciting again. Here's your Saturday planner. A good chance of snow. In fact, most of the accumulating snow is going to happen before noon. And then as we warm up into the mid-30s, it may be more of a rain-snow mix or non-accumulating snow. So a little additional accumulation expected after tomorrow morning. There is a lot of accumulation coming in your work week forecast, and we have 2 weather alert days to tell you about. Possibly a 3rd I'm keeping an eye on. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes.
Well, some more breaking news tonight. In North Spokane, a suspect has barricaded himself inside of a home, prompting a standoff with police. This is just a few blocks away from the Northtown Mall. The suspect has violated a domestic protection order by entering this house, and they are not cooperating with police. Late tonight, we learned the victim had seen the suspect earlier in the day and said he had a gun on his waistband. It's unclear if he has that weapon with him inside the house right now. The suspect is the only person inside the home and again is not cooperating with police. In the last hour, a search warrant has been signed by a judge allowing police to send a drone into the house. Police do not believe there is a threat to the public. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.
So from like day one, me with this new family, I've lived with this feeling of having to give back, needing to give back.
After serving the Spokane community for nearly 2 decades, Fire Chief Brian Schaefer will no longer be leading the department. His retirement made public yesterday. This announcement might seem sudden, as Schaefer has spent 19 years with SFD and the last 6 as chief. But he says it's been a goal of his to leave the department in 2024, and now is the right time. In an interview with 4 News Now today, Schaefer said his passion for firefighting began back when he was a baby, when he was rescued from a fire. And since that moment, he's had a desire to give back. His career spans 35 years, moving to the Spokane Fire Department back in 2005 and climbing the ranks to chief in 2017. Reflecting back, he says he's proud of everything his department accomplished, especially their efforts during the devastating Gray and Oregon Road fires this past summer.
The most recent example would just be the level of collaboration and resilience that we showed on August 18th and the days before and after that with the number of wildland fires that we've had in Spokane.
His priority has been connecting with the community. He's not sure what his next steps are, and he's not sure if he's ready to hang up the helmet quite yet. He'll officially step down as chief on January 15th. This afternoon, Mayor Lisa Brown announced Don Kinder will be the new director of the Neighborhood Housing and Human Services Division. This is her picture and biography from Catholic Charities website, where she served as the Chief Stabilization Officer. Before that, she was a director of the Neighborhood and Business Services Division for Spokane. A portable at Ephrata Middle School caught fire this morning. It was put out before noon. Ephrata Fire Chief Jeremy Burns says it was caused by the heating and air conditioning unit on one end of the older school portable. There is some extensive damage, so this portable is expected to be a total loss. Around the Northwest, new technology is hoping to help Seattle's notoriously bad traffic backups. Google is stepping in for free using its maps and artificial intelligence in real time, saying it can create waves of green lights, reducing stop-and-go traffic.
It's very bad, and even the lights are, they take a lot of time, and these are not even sync.
With the green light on this new partnership, the city hopes drivers will soon see fewer red lights out on the roads. WSU football losing another key player, but not to the transfer portal. Safety Jaden Hicks is declaring for the NFL draft. Sports director Julian Minnesone is here with the latest on Hicks's future, Julian.
Yeah, this comes as no surprise. Hicks has had his eye on NFL scouts, I should say, has had their eyes on Hicks, since he first stepped foot on campus. Now the time has come to make that leap. Hicks leaves WSU with 155 tackles, 13 pass deflections, and 3 interceptions after being named a freshman All-American in 2022. Hicks really came into his own, taking command of that Cougar secondary this past season. Early projections have Hicks as a day 2 draft pick. Now here's the list of Cougs looking to make the jump to the NFL. One guy to keep an eye on is, of course, quarterback Cameron Ward. He will be playing in the East-West Shrine Bowl game on February 1st. It's the last chance for the players to show what they can do in front of NFL scouts. So expect a number of these guys to participate, not only in that, but WSU's Pro Day as well. There will be a ton of scouts there on campus. Now the NFL draft, for those keeping track, is set for April. We'll have coverage for you here on 4 News Now. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesone, 4 News Now Sports.
All right, Julian, thank you. We still have much more ahead here tonight. New York's Attorney General pressing a judge to fine former President Trump nearly $400 million in a corruption case. Plus, how ski resorts are manipulating the slopes to be covered in snow despite a rainy, muddy start to the ski season. That's next on Nightside.
Oh, we are going to fix that in the forecast. A lot of snow making its way not just to the mountains, but the valleys, too. In fact, we have a weather alert day Monday night through Tuesday for another round of heavy snow on the way. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Stay up or you'll miss everything. I feel like people don't even know. They do not appreciate the depths of how much talent you have.
I wish my wife watched your show.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ironstone Furniture and Fire. Right now, there's just so much happening in our world.
And so much happening.
Right here in the Northwest.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning Northwest and Good Morning America.
We're right here, and we got you.
We got you, Northwest.
It's going to be a hell of a new year.
Kimmel's back with all the stars and more in 2024. Next week, he's got Robert Downey Jr., Jodie Foster, Anthony Anderson, and Iowa Debris. Jimmy Kimmel Live returns new Monday on ABC.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care. So you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2024 from Findlay.
If you're looking for a new ride for the new year with delayed payments until April 1st, plus up to $600 of free upgrades like truck lift or tires, then you need to go to Cal.
Introducing the Cool Turtle, the ultra-comfortable mask enhancer that creates a protective, cool, and breathable space between your mask and your face. Simply slide under any mask or gaiter and immediately feel the refreshing pocket of air surrounding your face. Cool Turtle's ergonomically designed, soft, comfortable shell immediately reduces mask friction, allowing you to breathe and talk in a comfortable environment.
I can actually breathe. With the Cool Turtle, no more sweating.
It's like I don't even have a mask on.
Call now and get not one, not two, but 3 Cool Turtles for just $10. Order now and we'll send you 2 more Cool Turtles free. No fees, absolutely free. Plus, you can get a 10-pack of 4-ply face masks. Just pay a separate fee. This offer is not available on Amazon. Get the real Cool Turtle now.
Call 1-800-270-1219. That's 1-800-270-1219. Or visit getcoolturtle.com. Order now.
4 News Now is brought to you by Everhart Painting.
Well, it's been a rocky start to the ski and snowboard season, but it's nothing 7 million gallons of water and some snow machines can't fix. 49 Degrees North has had to take matters in their own hands this year, heavily relying on their 15 snow machines to produce snow. Rick Brown is the director of skiing and snowboarding. He says by utilizing those millions of gallons of water, they've been able to open more terrain on the mountain for skiers and snowboarders to shred. It's helped get more people up on the hill, too, which has been pretty scarce because of the wet weather.
You know, it's had some ebbs and flows. You know, there's been some good snow. We've had some lean days as well, but we've been able to make the most of it. We've created some very good skiing conditions with what we've been given. The snowmaking has certainly been a boon for us. It's allowed us to open a lot more terrain.
Brown says 15 snowmaking machines are up and running right now. He says it's unusual to use this amount of water in snowmaking, but the ski resort plans to utilize more snow machines moving forward to get the slopes to where they need to be. Now, naturally, local ski resorts are welcoming the snow this season following the Portland-esque type of weather we've seen so far this season. This is what they've been waiting for a while now.
Yes, and it looks like it is going to not just be a few days of snow in the mountains, but day after day after day, and that means the same for you. We have a winter weather advisory in effect through Sunday, but this is one of the smaller of the systems that's going to be moving in, warmer as well. Snowy Saturday, particularly in the northern valleys. Boy, the temperatures right in the metro area are going to be tricky. You may end up with more of a slushy mess at your house, particularly if you live right down at 1,900 feet. Mostly dry on Sunday. That will be our lull. Might even get to see some sunshine because we've got enough of a breeze, enough movement in the atmosphere to keep the fog at bay. Then we bring in more rounds of snow for the work week, and those mean business, particularly as we get later in the week. But we also have a pretty good system coming in Monday night into Tuesday. For Saturday, looking at 1 to 3 inches of snow in the metro area. And the closer this system moves in, the more I'm leaning toward those lower amounts. Possible flurries on Sunday, otherwise dry conditions. And then Monday night into Tuesday, a pretty good wallop of snow, looking at 4 to 8 inches of snow in parts of eastern Washington. Parts of North Idaho could get up to 10 inches of snow. And that is why we have that weather alert day, because that is going to be impressive. This approaching system is less so. Here's a look at our forecast radar starting off at 7 in the morning with snow in progress. Mid-morning, we'll see that snow hitting its peak. And then right around noon, we start to see more of a rain-snow mix and a back edge to that precipitation beginning to develop in eastern Washington. We'll keep the snow going through a good portion of the day in North Idaho. And even Saturday evening, there could be a few hit-and-miss snow showers behind the main front before we dry out more substantially on Sunday. The next big thing is more snow coming next week, but it's also cold heading into the end of the work week. Arctic air, still very strong signal that that is going to be impacting a huge portion of the country. What is always the unknown with these big drops in Arctic air is how much is going to filter through the mountain passes into the inland Northwest. We have a lot of mountains helping to keep that Arctic air to the east. However, it looks like enough is going to seep in by this time next week that we are going to see some very cold weather, and that trend continues for the 8 to 14-day forecast, as does the above average precipitation. We are definitely in for more rounds of snow. So here's the 7-day forecast. The alert day from Monday into Tuesday. The closer we get to the work week, the later in the day it looks like this system will be moving in. We may have to drop the alert day from Monday and just make it Tuesday. And then we start to cool down. Another system Wednesday. Thursday looks like we could have some substantial snow, and boy, it's going to start getting cold. 12 degrees for a high on Friday. The computer models have a pretty wide spread in temperatures. Some of them are as low as down below 0 for highs. We're not going to be in that territory, but it is going to be cold at the end of next week regardless.
Okay, yeah, the first real winter wallop for sure.
Yes.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Well, new year, same virus season. The CDC says Washington is among the states with a high rate of respiratory illnesses. In this video and interview from the University of Washington School of Medicine, Dr. Helen Chu says cases of the flu and COVID are both increasing and will probably peak in the next several weeks.
I do think that the numbers will continue to climb very, very quickly over the course of the next several weeks as people go back to work, as they start spreading these viruses to their friends and family and coworkers, that this is really a good time to go ahead and get your vaccine if you haven't yet.
Dr. Chu says the new variant JN1 is highly transmissible and only a small percentage of Washingtonians are up to date on their shots.
We have some data from last year when we saw all 3 viruses circulating, and it's looking like having 2 infections at the same time is worse. In both children and adults, having COVID and flu simultaneously increases the amount of time you are on the ventilator and increases your risk of death in the hospital.
While there are ways to treat these infections, Dr. Chu says the best way to prevent yourself or other people from getting sick is to get vaccinated. Well, tomorrow marks 3 years since thousands of protesters stormed into the U.S. Capitol building on January 6. Many armed with flags and weapons surging forward as lawmakers were inside working to certify the 2020 election. That riot preempted by a speech made by President Trump, who told his supporters the election had been stolen, saying, quote, "If you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore." It's a day President Biden says America nearly lost everything.
Just one day before January 6th. A date forever shared in our memory because it was on that day that we nearly lost America. Lost it all. Today, we're here to answer the most important of questions. Is democracy still America's sacred cause? I mean it.
Across America, more than 1,200 people have been charged and 460 are still imprisoned for their roles that day. In New York, closing arguments are set for next week in the civil financial corruption case against former President Trump. New York's Attorney General is asking the judge to fine Trump and his business more than $370 million in arguing Trump should be permanently banned from real estate in New York. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
Tonight, New York Attorney General Letitia James upping the ante, asking a judge to fine Donald Trump, his eldest sons, and his business nearly $400 million, and to impose a lifetime ban on Trump from New York real estate, the industry that helped propel him to the White House. James writing in a court filing, defendants reaped hundreds of millions of dollars in ill-gotten gains through their unlawful conduct that she said supports a payment of $370 million plus interest, a dramatic increase from the original amount of $250 million. The judge has already determined Trump overvalued his assets by as much as $2.2 billion. James said the myriad deceptive schemes they employed to inflate asset values and conceal facts were so outrageous that they belie innocent explanation. On the campaign trail, Trump has blasted the case.
I built a tremendous company. You actually got to see that with this fake trial I have going on in New York.
Defense lawyers said in a court filing the New York Attorney General introduced no evidence that anyone relied on any alleged misrepresentation and/or that anyone was injured. The Attorney General has argued if ordinary Americans can't inflate the value of their homes and their net worth, former President Trump shouldn't be allowed to either. Trump responding on social media, this is prosecutorial misconduct. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Celebrate 6 years with us at Spokane Tribe Casino. Win your share of $60,000 cash during our Win-Anniversary giveaway every Saturday in January. Celebrate with us all month long as we celebrate these winning years. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the extended New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Check out the Summit for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care, so you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2024 from Findlay.
If you're looking for a new ride for the new year, with delayed payments until April 1st, plus up to $600 of free upgrades like truck lift or tires, then you need to go to Cal.
Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2024 inventory. Today through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2024 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Worry-free installation. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Celebrate 6 years with us at Spokane Tribe Casino. Win your share of $60,000 cash during our Win-Anniversary giveaway every Saturday in January. Celebrate with us all month long as we celebrate these winning years. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
All right, thanks for staying up with Nightside. A structure fire broke out late tonight in north central Spokane. The Spokane Fire Department responding to West Cleveland Avenue about 20 minutes ago. This is a live look at the scene right now. You can see the fire response lighting up the street. We just heard from a firefighter that the structure fire is now under control. A reporter on the scene says she can't see any flames, so some good news there. We'll keep you updated on how this fire started as we learn more. We're also learning more about an attack in a courtroom on a Las Vegas judge where a defendant leaped over the judge's bench. Take a look at this video if you haven't seen it already. Just wild. That judge is bruised, but back on the bench. The court clerk is being credited for pulling the attacker off of Judge Mary Kay Holtis. Only one marshal was present at the time of the attack, but the chief judge admits even a second marshal may not have stopped this.
He moved too quick, and I think the marshal was right behind him, just couldn't get to him. I don't know what
could have prevented this. I mean, I think that we are looking at every opportunity we can to make things better.
The attacker, who was being previously sentenced for battery, faces new charges now. Judge Holtis will be back to oversee his new sentencing next week. Well, the WSU women's basketball team had a tough road test against number 8 Stanford. Highlights from Maples Pavilion coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
Hi, I'm Ken, and I'm a lawyer.
I'm Donnie, and I'm not, but I am an advocate.
So am I.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
Seriously injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
That's us.
All of us.
If you're looking for a new ride for the new year, with delayed payments until April 1st, plus up to $600 of free upgrades like truck lift or tires, then you need to go to Cal.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Hi, it's me, Anthony Sullivan. And yes, you've actually caught me at home relaxing because life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with American Residential Warranty. You won't believe what ARW covers. Heating and air conditioning, washers and dryers, kitchen appliances, plumbing, water heaters, electrical systems, flat screens and laptops, even pools and spas, and so much more. Call American Residential Warranty. They'll get you covered.
1-800-219-4161.
Donnie, what will the advocates do to get our clients justice?
Everything.
And what do they pay if we don't win?
Nothing.
So we give.
Our all.
And the clients pay?
Nothing.
Unless we win. Pretty good deal.
Pretty great deal.
Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Well, it seems like forever since the Washington State women's basketball team actually played a game. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minitzo. The Cougars returned to the court for the first time in 2 weeks, but they had their hands full with the 8th-ranked Stanford Cardinal. Cougs on the road for this one. First half, WSU down by 2. Charlize Ledger-Walker dialing it up from long distance as the clock winds down. Her first 3 since before December. She didn't hit one in all of the last month of 2023. Ledger had a game-high 22 points tonight. WSU led by 1 going into halftime. But Stanford has a pretty good player as well. She goes by the name of Cameron Brink. Brink gets the block on defense. Stanford pushing it up the floor. And then it's Brink with the pretty pass underneath, the assist. And the Cougars were outscored by 10 points in the third quarter. That's where the wheels really came off here. Then this was the backbreaker for WSU. Cardinal get the stop. They're in transition. Brooke Dimitri spots up. And yeah, that's cash. Stanford runs away with this one, 74-65. Cougs now fall to 0-2 in Pac-12 play. They'll take on Cal at noon on Sunday. Gonzaga Prep boys looking for a bounce-back victory after falling to North Central earlier this week. Now, just before the half, University's Shane Skidmore gets the pass inside and finishes with a statement dunk. But the Bullpups, they could do it from outside. It's Dylan Groves, sinks the corner 3, and we have a close one going into the break. After that, it was the Titans who took control of the game. Gabe Heimbiger with the short step back, and that goes down. The Titans come into Gonzaga Prep and knock off the Bullpups. That's 2 losses this week for G Prep. 57-53 is the final. Now the North Central Wolfpack, fresh off that win against G Prep, hosting Lewis and Clark tonight. Clock winding down now. Oh, nope, this is going to be G Prep again. We're going to be inside. We're going to show it so nice, we're going to have to show it twice as Skidmore gets the dunk underneath, and we're going to go to the full of the North Central here. They ended up winning 65-48 over Lewis and Clark. Now, back to Gonzaga Prep, where the Bullpup girls hosted University this evening. Early on, it's going to be Ayla Cornwall gets in front of the Titans pass, takes the ball up herself for the easy layup as G Prep is in control. U-High not giving up, though. It's Mackenzie Handren with a tough drive to the basket, gets the shot to go down. But in the second quarter, off a Titans miss, Olivia McIntyre, the rebound, the full head of steam, and the layup to finish on the other end. She can't be stopped as Gonzaga Prep runs all over University tonight. 63-37 is the final score. Now, North Central girls also hosting Lewis and Clark tonight. North Central is going to have the ball here early on. Shailene Irvin had a good game at G Prep earlier this week. She has a good one here tonight. Loses the ball, but fights, keeps it, and then finds her teammate Michaela Mendez underneath to give the Wolfpack the early lead. But Lewis and Clark could not miss tonight. Sadie Pierce spots up, takes the dribble, knocks it down, gives the Tigers the lead with the three-pointer. She had 22 points in this game. And then look at the crossover by Kayla Vu. It's Tiger time all the time. LC wins this one big, 55-39. And Washington State has named Corey Schrader as its new volleyball coach. Schrader served as the assistant coach this past season, helping the Cougs reach the Sweet 16. He came to Pullman last spring after leading the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay to 3 20-win seasons in 5 years as an associate head coach. And this is huge just from a simple recruiting perspective, to have somebody that was already within the program.
Familiar.
Yeah, a familiar face for maybe the players who want to stay or were kind of on the fence. That's huge. And then to get some new players in, of course.
Yeah, I think there's 3 of their players in the portal right now, so maybe they decide to stick around. I guess we'll see. All right, we're back with more Nightside after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account. I get paid every time I buy something. It's like a bonus for me.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
If your employer doesn't supply health care coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private health care is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with no deductible. To get the coverage you need, call the number on the screen now.
If you're looking for a new ride for the new year, with delayed payments until April 1st, plus up to $600 of free upgrades like truck lift or tires, then you need to go to Cal.
It's 2024. We want to talk about what's in and what's out in furniture trends.
The perfect mix of relaxation and technology. In.
Guaranteed lowest Lazy Boy prices? That's always in at Kerner Furniture.
A lack of selection or customization? Out.
Convenient delivery and in-home repairs? In.
Come to Kerner Furniture during our January clearance sale, where fair pricing, great selection, and excellent customer service are always in style.
Our January clearance sale
is going on now.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Well, it's the latest craze to sweep America. Everyone needs and wants a Stanley Cup. They have nothing to do with hockey. These are those 40-ounce tumblers made by the old thermos maker, Stanley. Stanley teamed up with Starbucks and Target and caused scenes like these at Targets across the country yesterday. We didn't hear of reports of long lines here in Spokane or Coeur d'Alene. Doesn't mean they didn't happen, but in many places, there were long lines of people just wanting to get their hands on the coveted winter pink Stanley Cup. The hysteria is amazing.
I don't quite understand it,
nor do
but you know, I don't think I'm the key demographic. I aged out of the Stanley Cup hysteria demo.
Maybe a good thing.
Oh, well, fill them up with hot chocolate in the coming days. Tomorrow, a little bit of a work in progress. That darn temperature just high enough that it's messing with our snowfall totals, but you're going to get some snow at your house, and it is just a preview of the snow coming next week and the cold. A tremendous amount of confidence in that cold on the way, so we're definitely going to be seeing snow along with that.
Okay, get those shovels and snow plows ready because it is coming.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all so much for being with us here tonight on Nightside. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.